Welcome back to Good Day. A new book, Unbroken Bonds of Battle, brings battlefield experiences and the power of friendships together. The book marks the second installment of the growing Modern Warriors franchise, which spotlights those who've dedicated their lives to protect the people of the United States. This morning, author and Fox contributor Joey Jones joins us to talk about the book. Good morning, Joey. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about the book and the series. What made you want to write this?
Yeah, so the first book came out, my colleague Pete Hegseth wrote it, and it details 10 or 12 warriors and their experience as a war fighter. For me, I wanted this second iteration of the series, my version of it that I'm going to write and wrote, to be about people that are really important to me, really close to me. And yes, they all serve, but more importantly, they were all part of helping each other through life's obstacles. When you read this book, I think the main thing you'll take away is that the war story part of it isn't really the most important part. It's coming back home. It's dealing with divorce and losing a loved one and moving on with your life after the military and losing people in battle and coming back home and coming to terms with that. I think those are themes that everyone in every household can understand.
Yeah, and you're a veteran yourself. You work with veterans. What makes these friendships so special?
What makes friendship special is being a human being. We can't get through life without others. I mean, I think we understand that in some capacity, no matter who you are. But there's so much about life that is adverse. I mean, you're going to go through struggles. You might be stuck in 5 o'clock traffic and really upset you're not going to get somewhere on time. And in that moment, you need someone to remind you, hey, it's okay to turn on the radio to your favorite song, turn the temperature to your favorite temperature, and just be okay with the worst thing about your life being that you're entertained and comfortable longer than you meant to be. That type of perspective is hard to find on our own, but our friends can tell us that. Our friends can show that to us in a moment. And so my friends, the 10 people in this book and others, were there for me as I lost my legs in Afghanistan and as I came home to transition and become a dad with no legs and eventually a husband and continued life and eventually a career, a professional. I needed people to remind me that it was worth the work, that the responsibilities were a blessing, and that whatever was left of me physically didn't tear down the relevance I had in other people's lives. Each of these 10 people had those moments in their own lives.
Yeah, absolutely. What a brave story. And Joey, you shared a little bit about your story. Tell us about some of the stories of the other folks who you shared about in Unbroken Bonds of Battle.
Yeah, almost everyone in this book I've known for decades and has been there for the most vulnerable parts of my life. What I wanted to do was show the spotlight back on them and what they had gone through. So when you read the book, you'll read about Stacy Greer, the Gold Star wife, whose husband Daniel Greer was standing beside me when I stepped on an IED. He lost his life and I lost my legs. The grace and forgiveness and acceptance she gave me, she didn't blame me for her husband's death, and she wasn't mad that I lived and he didn't. She was happy I was there. She talks about that in the book. You'll read about Nate Boyer, who has a tie to Austin. He played at the University of Texas. This guy was 29 years old, had never played a down of football in his life. He was an Army Green Beret. He had been to Darfur, Africa. He had been there to help with some of the atrocities happening there. He just cared about people. That's why he joined the Army. And when he got out, he said, you know what, I want more goals in my life. Let me go down to Austin and see if I can walk on to the University of Texas football team. And he did. And so when you find about these ordinary people doing extraordinary things, the spectrum of who they are in the book kind of travels across every state and every genre of person.
Yeah, really neat. I really like what you said. You know, friendships are just about being human. Well said.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Johnny Jones, author and Fox contributor. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Good luck with the book.
Thank you.